From the moment we first gaze upon the world, a profound question takes root within us. Why are we here? This question, seemingly simple on the surface, has echoed through the corridors of time, pondered by philosophers, theologians, scientists, and every individual who has ever dared to contemplate the mysteries of existence. It is a question that transcends the boundaries of culture, language, and time, uniting us in a shared quest for meaning and understanding. What is the essence of being human? The pursuit of this answer has ignited countless debates, inspired awe-inspiring works of art, and spurred groundbreaking scientific discoveries. It has driven us to explore the farthest reaches of the cosmos and delve into the intricate workings of our own minds. And yet, despite centuries of exploration, the question of why we exist remains one of the most enduring enigmas of the human experience. Our journey begins with the tangible and observable, delving into the fascinating world of evolutionary biology. We will trace the origins of life on Earth, from the primordial soup to the emergence of complex organisms, ultimately leading to the rise of Homo sapiens. We will explore the mechanisms of natural selection and genetic inheritance, understanding how these forces have shaped the human lineage over millennia. Next, we will venture into the realm of philosophy, where great thinkers have grappled with the nature of being and the meaning of life for centuries. We will examine the tenets of existentialism, which posits that existence precedes essence, challenging us to create our own meaning in an inherently meaningless universe. We will explore the principles of humanism, which emphasizes the inherent worth and dignity of every individual, encouraging us to live ethical and fulfilling lives. Furthermore, we will delve into the realm of absurdism, which confronts us with the inherent meaninglessness of existence, while simultaneously urging us to find joy and purpose in the face of this absurdity. Through these philosophical lenses, we will gain a deeper understanding of the human condition and the various ways in which we attempt to make sense of our place in the world. Our exploration will then extend into the realm of theology, examining how different religions have addressed the fundamental question of why we exist. We will explore the creation narratives of major world religions, such as Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, and Buddhism, each offering unique perspectives on the origins of humanity and our relationship with a higher power. We will delve into the concepts of divine purpose, karma, and enlightenment, seeking to understand how these beliefs shape our understanding of human existence and the afterlife. Throughout this journey, we will encounter a diverse array of perspectives, each offering valuable insights into the human condition. We will engage with the ideas of renowned thinkers, from Charles Darwin to Jean-Paul Sartre, from the Buddha to Albert Camus, drawing wisdom from their profound reflections on life, meaning, and the universe. It is important to note that there is no single, definitive answer to the question of why we exist. This exploration is not about arriving at a final destination, but rather about embracing the journey itself. It is about expanding our understanding, challenging our assumptions, and cultivating a sense of wonder and curiosity about the world around us. As we delve into these complex and multifaceted topics, it is essential to approach them with an open mind and a willingness to engage with different viewpoints. The goal is not to convince you of one perspective over another, but rather to provide you with a comprehensive overview of the diverse ways in which humans have grappled with the fundamental question of their own existence. The very act of questioning is a testament to our capacity for curiosity, wonder, and a deep-seated desire to comprehend the world and our place within it. While we may never unravel the ultimate mystery of why we are here, the pursuit of this answer is an integral part of what makes us human. In the words of the ancient Greek philosopher Socrates, the unexamined life is not worth living. By embracing the unknown, by daring to ask the big questions and explore the multifaceted layers of human existence, we enrich our lives and contribute to the ongoing human endeavor to understand ourselves and the universe we inhabit. So let us embark on this journey of discovery together, with open minds and a shared sense of wonder. Our exploration of human existence begins with a journey back in time, billions of years ago, to the very dawn of life on Earth. Imagine a time when our planet was a vastly different place, a chaotic and volatile world still in its infancy. The continents were still forming, volcanoes spewed molten lava across the landscape, and the atmosphere was a toxic mixture of gases. Yet within this seemingly inhospitable environment, the seeds of life were sown. The prevailing scientific theory suggests that life arose from non-living matter through a process called abiogenesis. While the exact details of this process remain a mystery, scientists believe that simple organic molecules, the building blocks of life, formed spontaneously in the early Earth's primordial oceans. These molecules, influenced by energy from the sun, lightning, and volcanic activity, gradually assembled into more complex structures, eventually giving rise to the first self-replicating molecules, the precursors to life as we know it. This period, known as the Archean Eon, spanned from about 4 billion to 2.5 billion years ago. During this time, the Earth's oceans became a vast laboratory where countless chemical reactions unfolded, driven by the forces of nature. It was within this primordial soup, as it is often called, that the incredible journey from simple molecules to complex life forms began. The primordial soup was not a static entity, but rather a dynamic and ever-changing environment. The concentration of various chemicals fluctuated, influenced by factors such as volcanic eruptions, meteorite impacts, and the gradual oxygenation of the atmosphere. These fluctuations created a constantly shifting landscape of chemical possibilities, fostering an environment ripe for experimentation and innovation at the molecular level. Within this chaotic mix, simple organic molecules such as amino acids, nucleotides, and sugars interacted and combined in countless ways. Some of these combinations proved more stable or efficient than others, allowing them to persist and replicate more effectively. Over vast stretches of time, these subtle advantages led to the emergence of more complex structures, such as proteins and nucleic acids, which would become the fundamental building blocks of all living organisms. One of the key challenges in understanding the origin of life is explaining how these early molecules were able to replicate themselves, a fundamental characteristic of all living organisms. One prominent theory proposes that RNA, a close relative of DNA, played a crucial role in this early stage. RNA has the remarkable ability to both store genetic information and catalyze chemical reactions, suggesting that it may have served as both the blueprint and the builder of early life forms. The transition from a collection of self-replicating molecules to the first true cells is a pivotal moment in the history of life. Cells, the basic unit of all living organisms, are remarkably complex structures, enclosed within a protective membrane and containing all the machinery necessary for life. How did these intricate structures arise from the primordial soup? While a definitive answer remains elusive, scientists have proposed several compelling theories. One hypothesis suggests that early cell membranes may have formed spontaneously from fatty acids, which naturally assemble into spherical structures called liposomes. These liposomes could have encapsulated self-replicating molecules, providing a protective environment and concentrating the molecules necessary for life. Another theory proposes that life may have originated in hydrothermal vents, fissures in the ocean floor where heat and chemicals spew from the Earth's interior. These vents provide a source of energy and nutrients, and some scientists believe they could have provided the ideal conditions for the emergence of the first cells. Regardless of the exact location, the formation of the first cells marked a profound shift in the evolution of life, paving the way for the incredible diversity of organisms we see today. The first life forms on Earth were single-celled organisms known as prokaryotes. These simple yet remarkably successful organisms thrived in the harsh conditions of the early Earth, lacking a nucleus and other membrane-bound organelles found in more complex cells. Despite their simplicity, prokaryotes played a crucial role in shaping the planet, transforming the atmosphere, oceans, and land masses over billions of years. One of the most significant contributions of prokaryotes was the evolution of photosynthesis, the process by which organisms convert sunlight into energy. Early photosynthetic bacteria, known as cyanobacteria, released oxygen as a byproduct of photosynthesis, gradually transforming the Earth's atmosphere from a toxic mix to an oxygen-rich environment that could support more complex life forms. Prokaryotes also played a crucial role in the development of the Earth's biogeochemical cycles, the processes by which elements such as carbon, nitrogen, and phosphorus circulate through the environment. These cycles are essential for life as we know it, and their establishment by early prokaryotes laid the foundation for the evolution of more complex ecosystems. As life continued to evolve, a new molecule emerged as the primary carrier of genetic information: deoxyribonucleic acid, or DNA. DNA, with its elegant double helix structure, revolutionized life on Earth, providing a stable and efficient way to store and transmit genetic information from one generation to the next. The discovery of DNA and its role in heredity is one of the most significant scientific breakthroughs of all time. DNA's ability to replicate itself with remarkable accuracy ensures the faithful transmission of genetic traits from parents to offspring, providing the foundation for inheritance and the continuation of life. The structure of DNA also provides a mechanism for variation, a crucial ingredient for evolution. Changes in the DNA sequence, known as mutations, can alter the instructions encoded within genes, leading to new traits in offspring. While most mutations are neutral or harmful, occasionally, a mutation arises that provides a survival advantage, allowing the organism to thrive and pass on its altered genes to future generations. For billions of years, life on Earth consisted solely of single-celled organisms. However, around 2 billion years ago, a profound shift occurred: the emergence of eukaryotic cells, the building blocks of all multicellular organisms, including plants, animals, and fungi. Eukaryotic cells are characterized by their complex internal structure, including a nucleus that houses their DNA and other membrane-bound organelles that perform specialized functions. The prevailing theory for the origin of eukaryotic cells is endosymbiosis, which proposes that these complex cells arose from a symbiotic relationship between different types of prokaryotes. According to this theory, one prokaryote engulfed another, but instead of digesting it, the two cells established a mutually beneficial relationship. Over time, this partnership became so intertwined that the engulfed prokaryote evolved into an organelle within the host cell, such as the mitochondria, which are responsible for energy production. This remarkable event marked a turning point in the history of life, paving the way for the evolution of multicellular organisms and the incredible diversity of life we see today. In the mid-19th century, Charles Darwin, a British naturalist, revolutionized our understanding of the natural world with his groundbreaking theory of evolution by natural selection. Darwin's theory, outlined in his seminal work on the origin of species, provided a compelling explanation for the incredible diversity of life on Earth and the process by which new species arise. Darwin's theory rests on three fundamental principles: variation, inheritance, and selection. First, individuals within a population exhibit variation in their traits, such as size, color, and behavior. Second, these traits are heritable, meaning they can be passed down from parents to offspring. Third, not all individuals survive and reproduce at the same rate. Those with traits that give them an advantage in their environment are more likely to survive, reproduce, and pass on their advantageous traits to their offspring. This process, known as natural selection, acts as a filtering mechanism, favoring traits that enhance an organism's ability to survive and reproduce in its particular environment. Over countless generations, natural selection can lead to significant changes in the characteristics of a population, eventually giving rise to new species. The phrase "survival of the fittest" is often used to summarize Darwin's theory of natural selection. But it's important to understand what fittest means in this context. It does not necessarily refer to the biggest, strongest, or most intelligent individuals, but rather to those best adapted to their particular environment. An organism's fitness is determined by its ability to survive, find a mate, and reproduce, passing on its genes to the next generation. A trait that enhances fitness in one environment may be detrimental in another. For example, a thick coat of fur may be advantageous in a cold climate, but a disadvantage in a hot climate. Natural selection is a constantly ongoing process, shaping and molding populations in response to environmental pressures. As environments change, so too do the selective pressures acting upon organisms, leading to a continuous dance between life and its surroundings. This dynamic interplay between organisms and their environment is the driving force behind the incredible diversity of life on Earth. One of the most profound implications of Darwin's theory of evolution is the concept of common ancestry. If all life on Earth has descended from a single common ancestor through a process of gradual modification, then all living organisms are related, connected by an intricate web of life that stretches back billions of years. This interconnectedness is often depicted as a tree of life, with the common ancestor at the base and the various branches representing the diversification of life into different lineages over time. By studying the similarities and differences between organisms, scientists can reconstruct the evolutionary relationships between species and trace their ancestry back through time. The evidence for common ancestry is overwhelming, drawn from multiple lines of scientific inquiry, including comparative anatomy, embryology, genetics, and the fossil record. The universality of the genetic code, the striking similarities in embryonic development across different species, and the existence of vestigial structures, remnants of ancestral traits, all point to a shared evolutionary history. The fossil record provides a tangible link to the past, preserving the remains of ancient organisms that lived millions of years ago. Fossils offer a glimpse into the history of life on Earth, documenting the evolution of species, the emergence of new lineages, and the extinction of others. By studying fossils, scientists can piece together a timeline of life on Earth, tracing the evolution of major groups of organisms and identifying transitional forms that bridge the gap between different lineages. The fossil record provides compelling evidence for evolution, demonstrating the gradual changes in species over time and the existence of common ancestors. One of the most famous examples of transitional fossils is Archaeopteryx, a creature that possessed both reptilian features, such as teeth and a long tail, and avian features, such as feathers and wings. Archaeopteryx provides strong evidence for the evolutionary link between dinosaurs and birds. Our journey now takes us on a more focused path, tracing the evolutionary lineage that led to the emergence of humans. Around 6 to 7 million years ago, in the forests of Africa, a new group of primates emerged, the hominids. Hominids are characterized by a suite of traits that distinguish them from other primates, most notably bipedalism, or walking upright on two legs. The evolution of bipedalism was a pivotal moment in human evolution, freeing the hands for tool use, carrying objects and other activities that would shape our lineage. Early hominids, such as Sahelanthropus, Chodensis, and Aurorin lived in a mix of forest and grassland environments, suggesting that the transition to bipedalism may have been favored in these mosaic habitats. Bipedalism would have allowed hominids to exploit both tree-dwelling and ground-dwelling resources, providing a selective advantage in these changing environments. While bipedalism is the most defining characteristic of hominids, several other traits set our lineage apart from other primates. These include changes in the skull, teeth, and limbs, reflecting adaptations to a changing diet, increased brain size, and altered locomotion. Hominid skulls exhibit a trend towards larger brain sizes, particularly in the genus Homo, which includes modern humans. The foramen magnum, the hole at the base of the skull where the spinal cord connects to the brain, gradually shifted forward in hominids, reflecting the transition to an upright posture. Hominid teeth also underwent significant changes, with a reduction in the size of canines and molars, reflecting a shift away from a primarily fruit-based diet to a more omnivorous diet that included meat. These dietary changes likely played a role in the evolution of larger brains, as meat provides a rich source of energy and nutrients. One of the most striking trends in human evolution is the dramatic increase in brain size. Over the course of hominid evolution, brain size tripled from an average of about 450 cubic centimeters in early hominids to an average of about 1,350 cubic centimeters in modern humans. This remarkable expansion of the brain is thought to be linked to a number of factors, including dietary changes, tool use, social complexity, and language development. A larger brain requires a significant amount of energy to maintain, and the consumption of meat, with its high caloric content, likely played a role in fueling brain growth. Tool use may have also contributed to brain expansion, as it requires complex cognitive abilities such as planning, problem-solving, and hand-eye coordination. As hominids became more reliant on tools, natural selection may have favored individuals with larger brains capable of these complex tasks. Around 2.5 million years ago, a new genus of hominids emerged, the genus Homo, to which modern humans belong. The genus Homo is characterized by a number of key traits, including larger brain sizes, more sophisticated tool use, and the ability to control fire. One of the earliest members of the genus Homo was Homo habilis, known as the handyman for its association with the first stone tools. Homo habilis was followed by Homo erectus, a highly successful species that spread out of Africa and colonized parts of Asia and Europe. Homo erectus was taller and had a larger brain than earlier hominids, and it is credited with a number of technological innovations, including the development of more advanced tools, the use of fire, and the construction of shelters. Modern humans, Homo sapiens, evolved in Africa around 300,000 years ago. Our species is characterized by a number of distinctive features, including a gracile skeleton, a high forehead, a small face tucked below the brain case, and a chin. Around 70,000 years ago, a small group of Homo sapiens left Africa and began to spread across the globe, eventually replacing other hominid species, such as Neanderthals and Denisovans. The reasons for the success of Homo sapiens are still debated, but they likely include a combination of factors, such as advanced cognitive abilities, sophisticated tools and technology, and a capacity for language and culture. The spread of Homo sapiens across the globe marked a turning point in the history of life on Earth, as our species went on to have a profound impact on the planet, shaping the environment, domesticating plants and animals, and developing complex societies and civilizations. One of the key factors that set Homo sapiens apart from other hominids is our capacity for language and culture. While other hominids likely possessed some form of communication, Homo sapiens developed a complex system of symbolic language that allowed for abstract thought, planning, and the transmission of knowledge across generations. Language enabled the development of culture, a shared set of beliefs, values, practices, and artifacts that characterize a group of people. Culture provided a powerful mechanism for social cohesion, cooperation, and innovation, allowing Homo sapiens to adapt to a wide range of environments and overcome challenges that other hominids could not. The cognitive revolution, as it is often called, marked a profound shift in human evolution, unleashing our creative potential and setting the stage for the development of art, music, religion, and technology. The question of what sets humans apart from other animals has fascinated thinkers for centuries. While we share many similarities with our primate cousins, such as a capacity for social behavior, tool use, and problem solving, there are a number of key differences that distinguish us as a species. Our large brains, complex language, and capacity for abstract thought are undoubtedly among the most significant factors that set us apart. These abilities have allowed us to develop complex cultures, technologies, and societies that have transformed the planet. Our capacity for self-awareness, morality, and spirituality also distinguishes us from other animals. We are capable of reflecting on our own existence, contemplating our place in the universe, and developing moral codes that guide our behavior. The study of human evolution is an ongoing endeavor, with new discoveries constantly reshaping our understanding of our origins. While we have learned a great deal about our evolutionary history, many questions remain unanswered. How did life arise from non-living matter? What were the selective pressures that led to the evolution of bipedalism and larger brains? How did language and culture evolve, and what role did they play in the success of Homo sapiens? These are just a few of the enduring mysteries that continue to fascinate and inspire scientists. The quest to unravel the mysteries of human evolution is a testament to our insatiable curiosity, our desire to understand our place in the grand scheme of things, and our fascination with the story of life on Earth. Our journey into the depths of human existence takes us to the intricate world of genetics. DNA, the blueprint of life, carries the instructions that govern all living organisms. It's a symphony of chemical information, orchestrating the dance of life. Imagine a vast library filled with the secrets of life. DNA holds the key to understanding the interconnectedness of all living things. Within DNA lie genes, the fundamental units of heredity. These genes contain the instructions for building and maintaining life. The discovery of DNA's structure marked a turning point in biology. The structure of DNA, revealed by Watson and Crick in 1953, is a marvel of nature's design. Imagine a twisted ladder, its rails of sugar and phosphate, its rungs of nitrogenous bases, A, T, G, and C. A pairs with T and G with C, forming the rungs of the DNA ladder. This structure ensures genetic information is faithfully copied during cell division. Genes contain instructions for building proteins essential for life. The journey from genes to traits is a fascinating and complex one, involving a delicate interplay between genes, the environment, and chance. Genes provide the blueprint, the instructions for building and maintaining an organism, but the environment plays a crucial role in shaping how these instructions are interpreted and expressed. Think of genes as the musical notes on a page, and the environment as the orchestra and conductor, influencing how the music is played and perceived. Some traits, such as eye color, are largely determined by a single gene, while others, such as height or intelligence, are influenced by multiple genes interacting with each other and the environment. Environmental factors such as nutrition, exposure to toxins, and social interactions can all influence how genes are expressed, leading to variations in traits even among individuals with identical genetic makeup. The process of gene expression, by which the information encoded within a gene is used to build a protein, is a carefully regulated process, ensuring that the right proteins are produced in the right cells at the right time. This process involves two main steps: transcription, in which the DNA sequence of a gene is copied into a messenger RNA, mRNA molecule, and translation, in which the mRNA molecule is used as a template to assemble a chain of amino acids, forming a protein. In 1990, scientists embarked on an ambitious endeavor, the Human Genome Project, a global effort to map the entire human genome, the complete set of genetic instructions for building a human being. This monumental task, completed in 2003, involved sequencing the 3 billion base pairs of DNA that make up the human genome, identifying all the genes and their locations, and developing tools for analyzing and interpreting this vast repository of genetic information. The Human Genome Project was a triumph of scientific collaboration and technological innovation, ushering in a new era of genomic medicine, personalized medicine, and our understanding of human evolution. The project revealed that humans have far fewer genes than previously thought, around 20,000 to 25,000, challenging the simplistic view that one gene codes for one protein. Instead, it became clear that genes operate in complex networks, influencing each other's expression and interacting with the environment to shape our traits. The completion of the Human Genome Project provided scientists with a powerful tool for exploring the genetic basis of human health and disease, identifying genes associated with inherited disorders, and developing new diagnostic and therapeutic approaches. It also opened up new avenues for understanding human evolution, tracing the migratory patterns of ancient populations and unraveling the genetic basis of human diversity. One of the most remarkable aspects of life on Earth is its incredible diversity. From the smallest microbes to the largest whales, the natural world is a testament to the power of variation. This diversity, the raw material of evolution, is ultimately rooted in genetic variation, the differences in DNA sequences among individuals within a population. Genetic variation arises from a number of sources, including mutations, gene flow, and sexual reproduction. Mutations, random changes in the DNA sequence, are the ultimate source of new genetic variation. These changes can be as small as a single base pair substitution, or as large as the deletion or duplication of an entire chromosome. Gene flow, the movement of genes between populations, can also introduce new genetic variation into a population. When individuals from different populations interbreed, they mix their genes, creating new combinations of alleles, the different versions of a gene. Sexual reproduction also shuffles existing genetic variation, creating new combinations of alleles in each generation through the processes of meiosis and fertilization. Mutations, the ultimate source of new genetic variation, are the engine of evolutionary change. These random changes in the DNA sequence, though often harmful, occasionally introduce beneficial variations that increase an organism's fitness, its ability to survive and reproduce in its environment. Over countless generations, the accumulation of beneficial mutations can lead to significant changes in the characteristics of a population, eventually giving rise to new species. Mutations can occur spontaneously during DNA replication or as a result of exposure to environmental mutagens, such as radiation or certain chemicals. The vast majority of mutations are neutral, having no effect on an organism's fitness. Some mutations are harmful, disrupting gene function and leading to disease. However, a small fraction of mutations prove beneficial, providing a selective advantage in a particular environment. The fate of a mutation depends on the selective pressures acting upon it. If a mutation is beneficial, its frequency in the population will increase over time, as individuals carrying the mutation are more likely to survive, reproduce, and pass on their advantageous genes to their offspring. If a mutation is harmful, its frequency will decrease, as individuals carrying the mutation are less likely to survive and reproduce. Natural selection operates at the level of DNA, shaping the genetic makeup of populations over time. Imagine a population of moths living in a forest where the trees are covered in light-colored lichen. Moths with light-colored wings are well camouflaged, making them less visible to predators, while moths with dark-colored wings are more easily spotted and eaten. Over time, the frequency of the gene variant for light-colored wings will increase in the population, while the frequency of the gene variant for dark-colored wings will decrease. While natural selection shapes populations, chance events also play a role. Imagine a small population of flowers on an isolated island. By chance, a few flowers carry a rare gene variant for pink petals, while the rest have white petals. A storm hits, killing a significant portion of the flower population. By pure chance, most survivors have the gene variant for pink petals, illustrating genetic drift. Gene flow introduces new genetic variation into populations, preventing genetic isolation. Imagine two populations of birds living on opposite sides of a mountain range. A few birds from the forest population fly over the mountain range and interbreed with birds from the grassland population. This gene flow introduces new gene variants, potentially increasing genetic diversity and adaptive potential. Homo sapiens is a diverse species, with variations in DNA making each of us unique. Genetic studies reveal that human populations are remarkably similar, reflecting our recent common ancestry. However, significant genetic variation within and between populations reflects our history of migration and adaptation. Existentialism grapples with the nature of human existence, freedom, and the search for meaning. It confronts us with the raw reality of our being, urging us to confront our freedom and responsibility. Existentialism focuses on the individual's subjective experience, emphasizing the uniqueness of each person's journey. Thinkers like Sartre and Camus argue that existence precedes essence, meaning we create our own purpose through choices and actions. Existentialism posits that we create ourselves through our actions, not by a predetermined nature. Imagine a sculptor shaping a block of stone into a work of art. Similarly, we shape ourselves through our choices and actions. This freedom to define ourselves carries a profound sense of responsibility. We are accountable for the choices we make and the meaning we create in our lives. The freedom to define oneself can be a source of anxiety and anguish. Existentialism acknowledges the absurdity of our desire for meaning in an indifferent universe. This realization can lead to feelings of alienation and despair. Existentialism embraces these emotions as part of the human experience. This existential angst is a testament to our capacity for self-awareness and our yearning for meaning. Existentialism offers a path forward through authenticity and engagement with the world. To live authentically is to make choices that align with our values and take responsibility for the consequences. Imagine a tightrope walker balancing between control and surrender. Engagement with the world means forming genuine connections and pursuing our passions. Through our interactions, we find purpose and fulfillment. Humanism emphasizes human agency and the importance of living an ethical and meaningful life. Humanists believe in the inherent worth and dignity of every individual. They advocate for a world where reason, compassion, and human flourishing are paramount. Humanism rejects the supernatural, grounding its values in the human experience and the natural world. Humanism values reason and critical thinking for making informed decisions. Humanists advocate for a society where education and critical thinking are encouraged. Compassion and empathy are central to the humanist perspective. Humanists believe in treating others with kindness and fairness. The pursuit of knowledge is essential for progress and human flourishing. The search for meaning is a fundamental aspect of the human experience. For some, meaning is found in religion, relationships, or work. The sources of meaning are diverse, but the common thread is a desire for purpose. The search for meaning is a lifelong journey of introspection and self-awareness. It leads to a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in the universe. Absurdism confronts the inherent absurdity of the human condition. Absurdists argue that the universe is chaotic and meaningless. Our attempts to impose order are ultimately futile. Imagine pushing a boulder up a hill, only to watch it roll back down again. This is the absurdist view of life, a constant struggle against the absurd. Absurdism encourages us to live life to the fullest and create our own meaning. Imagine a musician finding joy in a performance despite its fleeting nature. This is the absurdist ethos, embracing the ephemeral and living each moment fully. It is a defiant act, celebrating our freedom and capacity for joy. The myth of Sisyphus is a powerful metaphor for the absurdist view of life. Sisyphus's task is both futile and meaningless, yet he persists. Camus argues that we should imagine Sisyphus happy, finding meaning in the struggle itself. The lesson is to embrace the journey, live with passion, and find joy in the present moment. As we have journeyed through the realms of science and philosophy, exploring the origins of life, the intricacies of our genes, and the profound questions of existence, meaning, and the absurd, we begin to weave together a tapestry of perspectives, each thread contributing to a richer understanding of the human condition. While science provides a framework for understanding the physical world and our place within it, philosophy challenges us to grapple with the big questions, to explore the nature of reality, consciousness, and the meaning of life. Existentialism and absurdism, in particular, offer valuable insights into the human experience, confronting us with the freedom and responsibility of shaping our own destinies, while acknowledging the inherent absurdity of our existence. These perspectives, while often challenging and unsettling, can be liberating, freeing us from the constraints of dogma and tradition, and empowering us to create meaning in a seemingly meaningless universe. Our exploration continues as we delve into the realm of theology, examining how different religious traditions have grappled with the fundamental question of why we exist. By considering these diverse perspectives, we gain a deeper appreciation for the richness and complexity of human thought and the multifaceted nature of our search for meaning and purpose. Our exploration of human existence now enters the sacred realm of theology, where faith illuminates the path to understanding our place in the grand tapestry of creation. For millennia, religions across the globe have provided solace, guidance, and a sense of purpose to countless individuals seeking answers to life's most profound questions. Through sacred texts, ancient traditions, and unwavering belief in a higher power, these diverse faith systems offer a glimpse into the divine mysteries that shape our understanding of why we are here. Theological perspectives, unlike the empirical lens of science or the rational inquiry of philosophy, embrace faith as a valid and essential way of knowing. They posit the existence of a realm beyond the material, a spiritual dimension that transcends the limits of human comprehension. Within this sacred space, we encounter the divine, God, Allah, Brahman, or other manifestations of the ultimate reality, a force that imbues the universe with purpose and meaning. Theological narratives often begin with creation stories, myths that explain the origin of the universe and humanity's place within it. These stories, passed down through generations, provide a framework for understanding our relationship with the divine, the natural world, and each other. They offer comfort in times of uncertainty, guidance on how to live a virtuous life, and hope for a meaningful existence beyond our earthly journey. From the Garden of Eden to the cosmic dance of Shiva, creation narratives across different religions offer a rich tapestry of perspectives on the origin of the universe and the emergence of humanity. These stories, often imbued with symbolism and allegory, provide insights into the beliefs, values, and cultural contexts in which they arose. While they may differ in their details, these narratives share a common thread: the belief in a creative force that brought forth order from chaos and breathed life into the world. In the Abrahamic traditions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, the creation story unfolds in the book of Genesis, where God, the sole creator, speaks the universe into existence. Humans, created in God's image, are given dominion over the earth and its creatures, tasked with being stewards of creation. This narrative emphasizes the special relationship between humanity and the divine, highlighting our unique role as caretakers of the planet. Hindu cosmology, in contrast, envisions a cyclical universe, with periods of creation and destruction governed by Brahma, the creator god. The universe emerges from Brahman, the ultimate reality, and eventually dissolves back into it, only to be reborn again in an endless cycle. This cyclical view of time influences the Hindu understanding of life, death, and rebirth, emphasizing the interconnectedness of all things. The concept of being created in the image of God, imago Dei, is central to the Abrahamic faiths, shaping their understanding of human nature, purpose, and moral responsibility. This phrase, found in the very first chapter of Genesis, suggests a unique relationship between humanity and the divine, implying that we possess inherent dignity, worth, and a spark of the divine within us. Interpretations of what it means to be made in God's image vary among theologians and denominations. Some emphasize the intellectual and spiritual capacities that set humans apart from other animals, our ability to reason, create, and connect with the divine. Others highlight our moral conscience, our capacity for love, compassion, and the pursuit of justice, reflecting God's attributes. This concept of imago Dei has profound implications for how we treat ourselves and others. If all humans bear the image of God, then every individual deserves respect, dignity, and compassion, regardless of their background, beliefs, or circumstances. This principle forms the foundation for many ethical teachings within the Abrahamic faiths, emphasizing the importance of social justice, human rights, and the sanctity of life. Hinduism offers a distinct perspective on creation, envisioning a cyclical universe where time is not linear, but rather a continuous loop of creation, preservation, and destruction. Brahma, the creator god, brings forth the universe. Vishnu, the preserver, sustains it, and Shiva, the destroyer, eventually dissolves it, only for the cycle to begin anew. This cosmic dance of creation and destruction is not seen as a tragic end, but rather as a necessary part of the eternal rhythm of existence. Within this cyclical framework, human life is also understood as a journey of birth, death, and rebirth, a process known as samsara. Our actions in this life, driven by karma, the law of cause and effect, determine our future rebirths, propelling us towards either liberation, moksha, or further entanglement in the cycle. Hinduism's cyclical cosmology offers a unique perspective on time, existence, and the interconnectedness of all things. It encourages a sense of detachment from material possessions and worldly concerns, emphasizing the importance of spiritual growth and the pursuit of liberation from the cycle of birth and death. Buddhism, while not focused on creation myths in the same way as other religions, offers a distinct perspective on human existence, centered on the pursuit of enlightenment and liberation from suffering. Founded by Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha, in ancient India, Buddhism teaches that life is inherently characterized by suffering, dukkha, caused by our attachment to impermanent things, such as our desires, possessions, and even our own sense of self. The path to enlightenment, known as the Noble Eightfold Path, involves cultivating wisdom, ethical conduct, and mental discipline. By understanding the Four Noble Truths, the truth of suffering, the truth of the cause of suffering, the truth of the cessation of suffering, and the truth of the path to the cessation of suffering, we can free ourselves from the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, samsara, and attain enlightenment, nirvana. Buddhist teachings emphasize compassion, mindfulness, and the interconnectedness of all things. By recognizing the impermanence of all phenomena and cultivating detachment from our desires, we can find true happiness and liberation from suffering. Buddhism offers a path of self-discovery, inner peace, and a profound understanding of the nature of reality. Many religious traditions offer a sense of purpose and meaning by positing the existence of a divine plan, a grand design orchestrated by a higher power. This belief provides comfort, guidance, and a sense of belonging to something larger than ourselves. It suggests that our lives are not random occurrences, but rather part of a larger narrative, a story unfolding according to a divine script. In Christianity, for example, God's plan for humanity is often described as one of redemption and salvation. Through Jesus Christ's sacrifice on the cross, believers are reconciled with God and promised eternal life. This belief provides hope, purpose, and a framework for moral conduct, as Christians strive to live in accordance with God's will. The concept of serving a higher power is central to many religious traditions, providing a framework for moral conduct, spiritual growth, and a sense of purpose. This service takes various forms, from prayer and ritual observance to acts of charity and social justice. By aligning our will with the divine will, we find meaning in submission and devotion to something greater than ourselves. In Islam, the concept of submission to the will of Allah, Islam, is paramount. Muslims strive to live in accordance with the 5 pillars of Islam: faith, prayer, charity, fasting during Ramadan, and pilgrimage to Mecca, as acts of worship and submission to Allah's commands. Christianity emphasizes love for God and love for neighbor as the greatest commandments. This love manifests in acts of service, compassion, and a commitment to social justice, reflecting Jesus' teachings and example. The concept of karma, prevalent in Hinduism, Buddhism, and other Eastern religions, provides a moral framework based on the principle of cause and effect. Karma, often translated as action or deed, suggests that our actions have consequences, not only in this life, but also in future lives. Every thought, word, and deed creates an imprint on our being, influencing our future experiences. Good actions create positive karma, leading to favorable rebirths and ultimately liberation from the cycle of birth and death. Negative actions create negative karma, resulting in unfavorable rebirths and continued suffering. This understanding encourages moral conduct as we become aware of the far-reaching consequences of our actions. The concept of karma is not meant to inspire fear or judgment, but rather to encourage self-awareness, personal responsibility, and compassion for others. By understanding that our actions have consequences, we are more likely to act with kindness, generosity, and a sense of interconnectedness with all beings. Beliefs about the afterlife vary widely across religious traditions, offering comfort, hope, and a sense of continuity beyond our earthly existence. These beliefs provide solace in the face of death and motivate moral conduct, as many religions link our actions in this life to our fate in the next. Christianity and Islam, for example, teach that death is not the end, but rather a transition to another realm, where we will be judged according to our deeds in this life. Those who have lived righteous lives will be rewarded with eternal life in paradise, while those who have rejected God's will face eternal punishment. Hinduism and Buddhism, influenced by the concept of reincarnation, believe that death is followed by rebirth into another life form, determined by our karma. This cycle of birth, death, and rebirth continues until we achieve liberation, moksha or nirvana, freeing ourselves from the cycle and attaining a state of bliss and enlightenment. The relationship between faith and reason has been a subject of debate and discussion for centuries. Some see faith and reason as diametrically opposed, while others believe they can coexist and even complement each other in our quest for understanding and meaning. Faith, often defined as belief in the absence of empirical evidence, provides a foundation for many religious beliefs and practices. It allows us to accept truths that cannot be proven scientifically or rationally, providing comfort, guidance, and a sense of connection to something greater than ourselves. Reason, on the other hand, relies on logic, evidence, and critical thinking to understand the world around us. It is the foundation of scientific inquiry, philosophical thought, and our ability to make sense of our experiences. While faith and reason may operate in different realms, they are not necessarily mutually exclusive. Many theologians and philosophers throughout history have sought to reconcile these two ways of knowing, arguing that faith can inform reason and reason can illuminate faith. As we reach the culmination of our exploration into the essence of being human, we find ourselves standing at the precipice of an enduring mystery. Like stars scattered across the cosmos, the questions surrounding our existence continue to shimmer and entice, their answers forever elusive yet eternally pursued. Our journey has taken us through a labyrinth of perspectives, each offering a unique lens to view human existence. Science provides a framework for understanding the physical world and life's mechanisms. Philosophy challenges us to question our assumptions and grapple with life's big questions. Theology offers a different way of knowing, transcending the material world. Embrace these perspectives as complementary threads in a rich tapestry of understanding. The quest to unravel the mysteries of human existence is not a destination but an ongoing journey. A lifelong exploration driven by curiosity, wonder, and a deep-seated desire to understand our place in the grand scheme of things. We may never fully comprehend the ultimate why of our being, but the very act of seeking, questioning, and exploring is what makes us human. As we stand at the crossroads of science, philosophy, and theology, we are reminded that the answers we seek may lie not in definitive pronouncements, but in the spaces between, in the ongoing dialogue between different ways of knowing and understanding the world. The universe, in all its vastness and complexity, continues to unfold before us, revealing new wonders and challenging our preconceived notions. Embracing the unknown requires a willingness to let go of certainty, to acknowledge the limits of our current understanding, and to remain open to new possibilities. It requires humility, recognizing that we are but one species among countless others, inhabiting a small planet orbiting an ordinary star in a vast and ancient universe. Yet within this vastness, we find ourselves endowed with consciousness, capable of experiencing the world in all its beauty and complexity, of forming deep connections with others, and of contemplating the mysteries of existence. This capacity for wonder, for questioning, for seeking meaning beyond the mundane, is what sets us apart as a species. Curiosity, that innate human drive to explore, to question, to make sense of the world around us, has been the engine of countless discoveries, innovations, and artistic throughout history. That compels us to venture into uncharted territories, to challenge established dogma, and to push the boundaries of human knowledge and understanding. From the earliest cave paintings, latest scientific breakthroughs, curiosity has been the force behind humanity's progress, that ignites our imaginations, fuels our creativity, and propels us forward on our journey of discovery. Cultivating curiosity is essential not only for expanding our knowledge, but also for fostering empathy, tolerance, and a deeper appreciation for the diversity of human experience. When we approach the sense of wonder, we are more likely to question our assumptions, challenge biases, and embrace perspectives different from our own. Curiosity is the antidote to complacency, the enemy of stagnation, key to unlocking new possibilities, innovation, and to creating a more just, equitable, and sustainable future for all. As we reflect on our multifaceted journey into the essence of being human, we are reminded that despite our differences in culture, language, beliefs, and experiences, we are all connected by a shared human story. United by common aspirations, a desire for love, connection, meaning, and belonging. We all experience joy, sorrow, loss, and hope. Recognizing our shared humanity fosters compassion, empathy, and understanding. Celebrate our shared humanity with compassion and